So you want to start competing in CrossFit, and you've been working really hard. You've been crushing it 2 or 3 a days for the past couple months. But you're having a rough couple days right now. You have a little bit of stress, some anxiety, you're just having a rough go at it. Well, today we're going to be talking about what to do if you're feeling burned out. And now I know what you're thinking right now. You're asking yourself, okay, Jacob, this kind of seems like a boring subject. What about how do I choose between arcs and scaled? How do I know when I'm ready to go to my first competition? What are some statistics or weights or times I should be able to hit in order to know that I'm ready to go? And those are great questions, and those are great questions that we're going to get to in the future. But to be honest, this series isn't only about you. This series is actually it's going to be kind of like what I go through at the same time. Like when I'm going through things that are giving me stress or anxiety, or when I'm feeling burned out and how do I get around it, I want to talk about with you guys. It's going to be kind of what I'm going through, we're going to talk about, because I compete in CrossFit, and if you want to do the same thing, that you might want to hear what I go through and how I get around certain things. So today we're going to be talking about how to get around the feeling of being burned out in CrossFit. And how do I define that? The idea of being burned out is kind of like, the concept is you've been doing the same thing day in and day out. You're feeling a little bit, not really stressed, but maybe like, okay, I am back in the gym. I was here last night. I was here yesterday morning, and it's kind of like you've almost had enough. How I usually approach it, my rules of engagement for approaching being burned out involves this. If I wake up in the morning and I think to myself, man, I really feel like working out today, I will go to the gym and I'll do what I feel comfortable doing. If that's just doing a bunch of burpees, I'm gonna do a bunch of burpees. If I just feel like benching, I'm just gonna bench. I'm not gonna go there and do things I don't wanna do. Because sometimes when you're feeling burned out, you just need to kind of find that love or that passion for why you do the things you do. And that really is kind of my best advice. That's what it really comes down to is, if you really want to compete, if you really want to do this full time, if you really want to approach this sport and become the best of the sport, you need to find a passion and a love for it. And if you're doing this day in and day out and you don't have any love or any passion for it, it's really hard to get into it. It's hard to really enjoy what you're doing. And in order to be good at what you're doing, you need to enjoy it. And so if you are feeling burned out, my recommendation is take some time off. Take a few days off. Take a week off. Take more off if you need to. But take the time off that you need to do in order to find that passion, that love for what you do. So hopefully, guys, that helps you out. If you're feeling burned out and feeling just a little bit overwhelmed by everything that's going on, take some time off and find that passion you have for the sport and kind of rekindle that. Thanks for watching, guys.